Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Leaders of the World as Furries, Part U. First up we have the leader of the United Arab Emirates, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. He is your stereotypical nationalist and capitalist, a NASCAP, let us say. And like most NASCAPs, and really rich billionaire types, he is a vulture feeding on the carcass of a dying planet that is being ruined by capitalism. Up next we have, I cannot pronounce your first name, Museveni, and he is a objectively evil authoritarian dictator of Uganda who has turned a once liberal democracy into a autocratic police state that is essentially the CIA's new playground. I don't think that. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe in Minecraft, hypothetically, the CIA or some NATO-backed or NATO-aligned power was doing some sort of horrible medical experiment in Uganda, in Minecraft in a video game, in a dream I had once. So anyway, Museveni is an objectively evil person and probably eats children. So I made him a pit bull because he probably does eat toddlers. Next up we have Keir Starmer, who is, while he is part of the Labour Party, he is a TERF. He does not give a shit about trans people. He is actively a danger to trans people, probably. And he doesn't give a shit about migrants or poor people or anyone who isn't part of his immediate circle of plutocratic friends or anyone who... the only person he cares about is Chucky Windsor. He only gives a shit about keeping up with the Windsors, you know? And so, like most shit libs, I made him a fox. And I made him a blue fox because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what party he's a part of, he's a Tory. He is a blue fucking Tory. A blind man can see he's fucking blue. Next up we have Volodymyr Zelensky. Now, Volodymyr Zelensky, surprisingly, he got his start as a comedian, which is pretty cool. But all in all, this guy, he has the heart of a lion. Like, everyone remembers the images of him just standing out there as his country was being invaded. And he was all like, he's sitting there in full tactical gear, like, yeah, my country's getting invaded. And he's out there in the open while missiles are hitting his city. And he's just like, yeah, hey, leaders of the world, come help us. So I think that takes a lot of balls. So I gave him a lion persona. That guy has a heart of a lion. I'd love to have a cup of tea with that dude someday. Next up we have Luis Pau of Uruguay. He is your run-of-the-mill chud. Maybe he is okay in some parts, maybe he isn't okay, I don't know. There's not a whole lot about him, but he's a lifelong Catholic, so something tells me he isn't going to be saying trans rights anytime soon. So I gave him a bull persona. Now, as someone who has a bull persona, I'll be honest. Whenever I meet a fellow bull, it is a coin toss between he is either a based and calm like me, or he is crypto-fash, like no in between. It's always a coin toss. Next up, we have Joe Biden. It's pretty simple. Joe Biden is a turtle. Dude has been around since before the Slinky. I mean that. That is a real thing. Google when the Slinky was invented. Joe Biden predates that. Dude is... everyone at the White House right now is just playing Weekend at Bernie's with the president. So, I mean, let's be honest. Kamala has been basically the president for a while now. But hey, on the bright side, I don't need to make Kamala a persona for this video because everyone on Twitter has already beaten me to it. And on Blue Sky, everyone is depicting Kamala as a hyena, which is pretty fitting because, much like a hyena, she's full of energy, but I would not trust her to keep her word about anything, especially migrants. or like abortion rights or gay rights. Dems are bad at their job. Ratcheting effect, blah blah blah. Finally, we have Shavkat. I cannot pronounce your last name. He is the Prime Minister of Uzbekistan, and surprisingly, he's actually doing pretty well. He seems to be quite a progressive liberal. He has abolished the death penalty and is slowly turning Uzbekistan from what was once a dictatorship into what is basically now a somewhat cohesive liberal democracy, which is, well, I will take liberals and the abolishment of capital punishment over vanishing people in unmarked vehicles any day of the week. So, like most bleeding heart neoliberals that are somewhat progressive, the Amy Goodmans of the world, I guess, I gave him a rabbit persona. And with that, that's about all I got. Have yourselves a great time. Peace.